Hello, welcome back. Today we're reading Chapter 5 of Revelation Space. I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Trevor.
Okay, to start off the chapter, we're with Ilya Volyova and she's meeting someone. She's meeting Kurri for the first time. And so they're at this bar and she kind of goes over what Kurri looks like. They're looking for a new crew member
to replace Nagormi, the gunnery officer. And when they're discussing it, they actually are recruiting her by subversive means because they told her that they're going to Sky's Edge when they're really going to Resurgam to find Dan Sylveste. And obviously Kurri knows because she's listened to the Mademoiselle. And so she's actually infiltrating their crew, but they're like, haha, great, she doesn't know. And she's from Sky's Edge, so it makes sense that she would jump at an opportunity to go back there. So it's like layers, and it's believable that they're like, okay, just a normal chick wants to go back to her home planet, but really we're going to Resurgam. But that's where she wants to go.
So now we're with Volyova and Kurri on this elevator headed up to a ship, and the ship is going towards
Resurgam, the Resurgam system with Cuvier and Dan Sylveste.
Right. And so Kurri isn't telling them that she knows where they're going, and even though she's had a couple times she says where she has some stories just in case they question her, but no one's really questioned her about no one has any real suspicion about her. And also Kurri has this kind of chip implanted into her by the Mademoiselle, so she constantly has this beta level simulation of the Mademoiselle in her head with her
that can just talk to her at any time, appear in her vision, tickle her auditory nerve to talk to her, but no one can see her. It's like having a ghost, personal ghost, but it's not actually the Mademoiselle, it's a copy of her. When they get aboard the ship, Carrie's like, this place is massive, because remember, it's about 4 kilometers long. And so it looks like a small city. And it's this tapered dagger shape that we went over. And it has because it's trying to cut through space without getting hit. So it's extremely thin. And then it has the 2 engines on the side, sheathed in some ice. Boom. Needle ship. And so when they get on, Volyova's like, you gotta meet one of my other crewmates. And then Sajaki comes up and he knocks her out. She's down for the count. What will happen next?
Okay, so Kurri wakes up after being knocked out by Sajaki, and Mademoiselle is there, again, simulation, talking to her, telling her, she kind of suspected that Volyova and the crew might have their own, agenda as to what they wanted to do with Kurri. So the Mademoiselle also suspected that they might have these kind of tools that could, infiltrate her mind and make her loyal to the crew rather than Kurri's own path. So Mademoiselle, in the chip that she put into Kurri, put this kind of a blocker to any kind of what's it called?
Brainwashing, anti-brainwashing but she has to pretend that it's working on her, so they won't know that she has anti-brainwashing antivirus hardware, I guess. Big brain moves. Switching over to Calvin Sylveste, he's about done with his biography, would you say? That's kind of what it sounded like. And he is getting permission to use the obelisk and analyze the data from the Amarantin like he was promised. The only issue is that Calvin Sylveste, Dan's father, who's a simulation, the beta level, he's like, guess what? Pascal, that's Girardot's daughter. Bum bum bum. Which he eventually confronts her with.
Okay, so Girardot. Girardot and Sylveste are walking down and they're looking at the obelisk. and he's looking, and he mentions this sort of event that kind of bleached the obelisk, and turns out that there's like a dozen of them, all bleached and buried. So it's saying it's not really, I don't know, what is he saying? It's like,
he's saying that the obelisks were buried after the event, which is something interesting because the event was like supposed to, it was like a sun flare or something. So how are they burying it after the event? Also, they found something underground. We also get a description of Resurgam City, Cuvier it's called, and how much it's grown. So it's actually extending beyond the dome. They have a bunch of like air sealed buildings with roads that are connected. They also have been terraforming the place for the last like 10-ish years while Sylveste has been in prison. And so now you can actually breathe the atmosphere for like an extended period of time without dying because they've upped the oxygen content. You still can't survive in it forever, but you'll live for a while. So that's an improvement. When they go underground, they're walking through and Sylveste is like, yeah, I'm sure you found something great, György. I'm sure you found something great. But obviously it couldn't be as great as what I have found. But no, they start walking in there and they go way underground and they're like, and they enter this kind of labyrinth thing, like black, and it's really well made, this weird structure, like carbon whatever tubes, you know the type, and they're like, wow, did they make this? Because this is crazy, this is way higher level. And it's kind of like a maze, and there's markings on the wall until they come to the center, and that's where they discover Alien City. Tune in next time for our episode 6. Does he find the hidden treasure in the city? Does he does Volyova does she find the person inside of Kurri's skull cap? Does Kurri does Kurri
anyway, come back to next episode. Thank you, bye.
Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below.
Along.
Follow along. Let us know what you think's happening in the comments below. Will Kurri, will she, let us know.
Bye.
Bye.